Good morning, students. Today in your English language, we will be discussing about essay writing. I'm sure you already know how to write an essay, but of course, as you grow, as and enter into a next class, every time the level of essay writing, it becomes a little bit difficult. So you just cannot write 50 words or 100 words here in class 8, right? So you should know the basic of essay writing. Now see here, what is, I'm sure you know what is an essay, and in class 8, how many words you need to write for an essay. Now see here, you can learn to write proper essays. You can actually learn to write an effective essay if you are in a habit of reading. In case if you avoid reading, in case if you do not like reading, then I must say that it will be difficult for you to write an essay. So the best thing is, if you cannot read a novel or a book, the best thing that you can read is your newspaper, right? When you read, try to read it in English. And if you like reading in Hindi, then of course it will somewhat help in your Hindi as well. But I would prefer, the best thing that you can do is read storybooks, read novels, or you can read your English newspapers. They're always helpful, right? When you read paper or when you read a novel, you understand the framing of sentences and how we can put forward our ideas, right? Or the thoughts that you have in your mind. It becomes more clear how to frame a question, how to express yourself. Now see, the second part that you need to do is observe. Observation, right? Suppose you're sitting and you have observed something that might be an interesting topic, that might be interesting. So what you can do is you can try writing that out. You can take a diary, you can take a page, you can take your rough notebook also, and just think, write whatever you have observed, or you can even just sit and observe. Try to frame questions or sentences in English in your mind, right? So observation is second very important point in learning how to write an effective essay. Now after that we have the third point, thinking. Now thinking means, of course, as kids you do have many thoughts in your mind regarding games, the weather, maybe going out, this, eating, enjoying. But here, when you're writing an essay, your thinking matters. So whatever your thought process is, that has to be perfect. Now understand, if you think in Hindi, then of course you will be translating your sentences from Hindi to English and then writing them down. The best is, by doing that, you tend to make some silly mistakes. But in case if you avoid doing that and you start thinking in English, right? Suppose you are enjoying the weather, you have the thoughts coming to your mind. You just have to do one thing. You have to let your thoughts flow, but in different language, right? We have Hindi as a mother tongue, but here what you need to do is think in English if you wish to write in English. Just understand that. Suppose you are enjoying the weather, so you have to frame sentences related to weather in your mind, but in English. For example, you're playing a game, right? You're playing with your friends, maybe your PUBG, maybe your Fortnite, whatever game that you like. You're playing with your friends and you're talking to them, right? Try to do that in English. When you talk to your friends in English, you know, you might make mistakes. That's not an issue. Mistakes are not the main concern here. The main concern is when you're talking to your friends in English, you gain confidence, right? You don't feel shy. You might feel shy talking to the unknown person in English. You might feel, or the other unknown person might think, what is wrong with him? So the best thing is, try to speak in English with your friends. Try to describe the scene. Okay, I'm here. Where are you? What are you doing? Try to frame short questions, or the best thing is you can do, try to describe the scene where you are, right? Make short sentences. short sentences will never let you down, right? So you won't make silly mistakes in short sentences. But when you frame complex sentences, long sentences, you tend to make mistakes. Now, I hope these 3 points are clear. I really want you all to read books if you can. You still have time. Observation, observe things. Understand. For example, suppose you're sitting outside your house and you can see that there is some, maybe there was an accident, or maybe there some incident took place, maybe, right? Anything. So you have to observe. Okay, the first thing, this happens. Second, this happens. Third, this happens. And okay, fine. Okay. So there's a sequence of sentences that you're framing in your mind. So when you do that, when you observe, frame sentences, you understand what or how you have to write. After that, okay, now we have your basic essays will always have 3 steps. First, see, we have introduction of the essay. Always, whatever the topic is, you have to introduce it to the people who are reading it, right? You just cannot start with your essay. So always understand, the first thing that you write is the topic. After writing the topic, if you can, or if you know any phrase or a saying or a proverb related to the topic, and you write it in the inverted commas after the topic, that is always good. That makes us understand that you have understood the topic, right? That makes it very clear that the child has understood the concept of the topic. Now, introduction is very important again. You will take proper 1 para to write an introduction. Right, we have 3 points here: introduction, body of the essay, and the conclusion. Please understand, it doesn't mean that you have to write 3 paragraphs. It means we are talking about 3 different stages of writing an essay. Now, in the introduction, what you have to keep in mind while writing an introduction is that you introduce the topic to the people who are reading your essay. That is very important. If the topic is not introduced, if the topic is not clear, then I'm sure you will make mistakes while writing your essays. So make sure that you introduce the topic, right? Once you do that, then you can change the para and start with the body of your essay. So the first thing, please make sure you know what the topic is. Please don't choose random topics that you like. Okay, I'll just do this one. Oh, this one seems easy. Oh, all my friends are writing essay on this. Don't do that. Choose the topic that you know very well. Choose the topic where you feel confident that you can write, and then start writing your essays. Now see here, the introduction should always be in 1 paragraph, complete paragraph on your introduction. After that, when you change para, you'll start with the body of the essay. Now, you don't have to write body of the essay, right? You don't have to write introduction, body of the essay, or the conclusion. When you change para, as a teacher, we will understand that, okay, you have finished 1 topic and you have started the other topic. So make sure when you are changing the paras, or when you're trying to change the topic, you change the para as well. After that, we have conclusion. But for example, you've written 2 pages of an essay. You've changed around maybe 5 to 6 paras, and now you feel, okay, I need to finish it. Now, finishing means wrapping up things. You're finishing it. You don't need another topic. You don't have to introduce something new in your conclusion. But your conclusion should